I'm not gonna even like go here and there with this. I'm just gonna get right to it, and it's my like first time really recording a guide on anything really. So this is basically my guide to like how to build discipline and how to maintain discipline, because one step of discipline is creating habits that build discipline, right? Building the discipline. The second, the hardest part, arguably, is maintaining the discipline, right? So I just have my journal book here, and I just have some ideas that I put down, right? So just to give you a little context on who I am, I'm Shashank, and I've been on self improvement for around 2 years, right? So I was in a relationship 2 years ago. I'm 18 right now, so pretty young. When I was like 16, 15, 16, around there. And after that breakup, I started going to the gym and started building these habits, started wanting to do more. And just to give you some context, I don't like editing these videos. I want it to be as authentic as it could be, but I need you guys to have some context on who I was. So this right here is a picture of how I used to look like at 16. And maybe I'll put some physique pictures too, and I'll put like the updated physique over here too. Right? Of course, I'm not where I want to be completely in life. Right? So this is what I've learned so far, and I feel like if I give you like what I've learned so far, like throughout the years, you're gonna like have more benefit. You're gonna know each stage how to get progressively better, or like progressively better. Sorry, how to get progressively better on each stage of your life, despite like who you are and stuff, right? And just I'll give you some background on who I am first before I give you the actual full guide. And if you just want to skip all of these things, like if you just want to skip and get to, what you're here for, I have time codes in the description maybe, and you can just skip to each chapter or section. Okay, so just to give you some context on who I am, I'm Shashank, like I said before, and I'm actually in Canada. I live in Canada, but I'm an immigrant. So I was born in India initially, and I came here around. I went to the States around, like I came to the States when I was around like 10, and I moved around and ended up here in Canada, right? So now, like, I give the relationship story. So once that ended, I was kind of like feeling lost. So, like most of you watching, I would have searched up how to do this, how to do that. So I found like the internet to be like a pretty comfortable space, where I could like just be like searching up answers to all my issues, right? So I was doing this for quite some time. I was just searching up these how tos, watching these self improvement videos, and for the longest time, I did not take any action, right? And it took me some time to really understand that it's mostly because of my lack of discipline, right? So my lack of discipline kind of stumbled my self improvement, and I hope like this guide could help you not stumble the way I did, right? Like they say, a man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from the mistakes of other men. So I hope this guide kind of serves you and helps you to move forward in your self improvement. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just giving, like, my mom tells me often that I give a lot of advice. So it's kind of like a way to do that. I have some goals in mind and what I want to do with this YouTube channel, but it's mostly just giving out the stuff I learned and helping others. That's one of my main goals with this. I'm not too concerned about the results. If this fails, it fails. It's on YouTube. They might find it sometime in the future. But I'm just doing it. Detachment of results. Okay. So the first way of how to build and maintain discipline is it's pretty obvious. This one is just to do it. It's that simple. Just to do it. I feel like we kind of overcomplicate stuff in our head. We kind of make things bigger than they really are. So just first thing is just put everything aside. Stop watching like these how tos. You know, they might sound like they're helping, but if you're not doing what the videos are telling you to do, there's no point in actually watching them, right? You're just watching it to get the sense of like, oh shit, I'm actually doing stuff. I'm actually, working towards a better self and all of that. But as cliche as it sounds, the first step is just to do it. Just doing like the stuff you need to do, like suppose like working out, like you need to first determine your goals, right? And you need to see the habits that require you to get to those goals. So right now, my goal is to cut and lose weight and do all that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I came back home this weekend. This is my room. It's kind of empty, low key. The posters and stuff, and there's just two here, right? But what was I? Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been as disciplined as I should have been, right? In these last 2 days. But that's how discipline really works, you know? If there's times where you don't really stay disciplined, you don't beat yourself up for it. You just admit it first. You gotta admit it and then you gotta work towards making it better. As soon as I get back to my residence, I'm in university right now. As soon as I get back there, I'm gonna be like Monday is a fast day for me, so I'm gonna be fasting and I have like a performance. I make music, so I have a performance on Monday. So I'm gonna be getting back into the flow of things as soon as I get back. But yeah, first step is just doing it and just keeping in mind that you need to stay as consistent as you can, right? And the consistency leads to the second aspect, which is momentum compounds and builds discipline. So if you look at a rocket ship, for example, right? Or let's take something else maybe. Let's take I think a rocket ship is the best example, honestly. So if you take a rocket ship and you look at like how it goes into space, right? It doesn't stop. Like this is what Andrew Tate said, right? This is the example of Andrew Tate. I'm not even gonna take credit for it. When that rocket ship is going into space, it's not stopping halfway. It's continuously going. The momentum is building, which is creating speed, which is creating, speed defies gravity, like he said. Speed, this you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep, being on top of things, being disciplined, being like, really focusing on the things you need to do. You guys need to, okay, do this right now. As you're watching this, don't scroll anywhere. Don't look anywhere. Take time, right? Get a sheet of paper. Write down your goals. Okay. Leave some space after each goal, and write down 3 things you need to do every day to reach those goals. Okay. Now these 3 things you're gonna implement into the next section of the video, which I'm gonna get to. But keep these 3 things. Write these down. Like pause this right now. Write those 3 things for, let's say 4 goals. Okay, 4 goals, and give yourself a timeline. Okay, because in this timeline you gotta move fast. Uh, that goes back to the speed thing. So pause this video. Write your goals. Give it a timeline and 4 goals. And for each of those goals, write 3 things that you have to do every day that you're gonna put into a schedule that you're gonna keep repeating every single day to build that momentum. Once you're done that, come back and watch the next section. Okay. So that section was goal setting and journaling. Right. The end of that section. Now this section is scheduling and time management. So scheduling and time management is one of the most important aspects of discipline. This is no one's gonna tell you this, okay? They're just gonna tell you, oh, you need to wake up at like 6 a.m. in the morning. You need to go take a cold shower. You need to do this. You need to go to the gym. Like, yes, all of that needs to be done, but like, those are goals. Those are not actual things that's gonna help you to keep those goals, keep the discipline in mind, and keep You know, having that frame of mind. So what you really need to do is schedule your day to day, right? And I would recommend, if you're just starting, like you've never had like time management, or you don't have that good skills in scheduling and time management, I recommend you go on Google Calendar or your phone and just write a schedule, right? Your goal with the schedule is to be not to be exactly like follow each and every single thing, right? You're trying, like, an ideal day will look like this schedule. These are the things you'll be doing every day. And if you really schedule it and really see how you need to do things, you'll realize that you have more time than you really think. Okay? You spend a lot of time watching content, and like it's not the aspect of watching content, it's watching unnecessary content, right? And you don't stick to a time. You don't stick to a specific, oh, I need to get this done and this done by the end of the day. You kind of just like go all over the place, right? This ties, this aspect of discipline ties into so many things. Like, for example, if you don't go to sleep at the right time, you wake up at the wrong time and all of that, then it's gonna keep, like, messing up. It's gonna compound into messing up. So the what you're doing right now, right? We need to do the opposite. You're compounding not being disciplined. You're going this way. You need to compound doing discipline and go the other way. Those, like, the way you compound, like, being procrastinating, right? Procrastination is a compound effect. It's like you didn't sleep properly, you didn't eat properly, you didn't do the things you need to do properly. Now you're gonna be procrastinating, right? So it's compounding into procrastination. But with discipline, you need to eat properly, sleep properly. Like, we're just going on the other side. We're just it's like two opposites, and we're just moving towards the discipline side. Like, I hope that really, clicks with some of you. You're trying to build this discipline skill. It's a skill that needs to be, like, formed over time. And of course, I'm not saying like you're gonna be like on time, or you're gonna be doing everything you need to do every single day. Life happens, right? But you need to be able to prioritize certain things, and you need to be able to stick as much as you can to that schedule. You need to have a timeline as much as you can, because if you don't, then you're just gonna be on the other side procrastinating and keep on like compounding that. And number five, okay, I think this is the most important aspect of discipline, right? Number five is surround yourself with information and like-minded people. Okay, so, like, information in the sense of content you consume, right? Instead of watching that music video from the rapper, kind of like trying to make you degenerate, right? Watch something that's gonna help your life, right? Even watch something about religion. You could be whatever religion you want. Just God, the idea of God itself dictates, like, makes you disciplined, makes you, do certain things. So a huge factor of discipline, actually, that now that I'm talking about it, is religion. Because back in the day, when this whole discipline procrastination thing wasn't a thing, it was more about religion. It was more about doing, like, the right things according to your religion, which is what we're. This is basically discipline is basically like a religion, right? You can't have religion if you're not disciplined. You need to, for example, I'm Hindu, so one aspect that I follow every day is showering in the morning, showering, showering in the morning, and lighting the lamp and praying to God. I have to do that every single morning. So what is that gonna build? That's gonna build discipline. Every morning, I praying in the Hindu like way is like kind of a meditation, right, with you and God. So you're building the discipline by doing this every single day. That's what discipline really is. You're doing the same thing every single day. It doesn't have to be boring. I would argue being disciplined is more fun than doing whatever you're gonna do, right? When I wake up in the morning, I enjoy, like, showering, praying, then going to the gym, coming back, getting to my work, and taking another shower. eating food. Like, this routine that I built for myself, I enjoy this routine. I love this routine. You know, I don't even need like any extra people to do this routine. I just do this by myself, and sometimes people come with me to the gym, so I just take them to the gym. That's it. You know, life will, if you do the right things, life will kind of work in your favor. All right. So really, also another aspect is like your friends, right? Who you're hanging out with. For my personal thing is my friend is Rihan and Bernard. Those are my two brothers, right? They're not your friends; they're my brothers. Like we're on the same frequency, on the same like thought process. So basically, like me and my two brothers, I call them. I have an actual little younger brother who's a blood brother too. But yeah, we just really think the same, right? We have different religions. All of us, like they're Muslim and Christian, right? And I'm Hindu. So it's like we're all three like separate views, right? There's more aligned than mine, really. So like that whole point is though that we all have similar type of values, similar type of views on life because God, that whole concept of God, no matter what religion, really dictates discipline, right? So for example, my friend Ryan, he has to pray 5 times a day in his religion, and he does this every day. I know this firsthand, right? He prays no matter what, 5 times a day. He has to do it, and everything that surrounds, you know, praying 5 times a day, like being like even in every religion, you have to be clean before you pray, and that's just respect to yourself and to God because you're cleaning yourself, right? To respect God, and you're also respecting yourself by cleaning yourself, right? So his hygiene is already taken care of, right? So with praying, he's done two things already that are like kind of centering himself. But my whole point is, and also with Bernard, he prays like every week, and he goes to church, and he has this whole thing, right? So we have all different routines of what we do, but at the end of the day, we have the same thing that we're doing, and we all have the same type of morals and views. Like I said, so you need to really surround yourself with people who are on the same frequency, on the same wavelength when you're thinking. It doesn't have to be the exact same. Like they don't have to be carbon copies of you, right? But they need to kind of, if you talk about being a good person, doing good for your family, getting money, eating well, sleeping well, going to the gym. Bernard also introduced me to the gym, right? So if he didn't do that, then if I had like a friend that doesn't go to the gym, I'd probably be like a fat fuck. I'm sorry. That's right. That's just what it is. It's not good to be like overweight because you're disrespecting God in that way. Okay, you're overweight now. Now do the discipline that gets you not to be overweight. Understand? Like I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. You gotta live with the truth. No, that's how sometimes it is. So these are like my 5 ideas or chapters about discipline. If you can't watch the whole thing at once, just watch it in sections. I doubt it's that long. I think it's 20 minutes. So 20 minutes is a good, like I could go on for like a whole hour about like various topics, but I think these 5 things are really gonna help you to stay disciplined. Follow number one. None of these other 4 ideas are gonna work if you don't follow number one, which is to just do it. All right. So be the best version of yourself.